Okay, good evening. Hello, hello. Hello, my loves. I am in an amazing mood because I am about to finish and bag 8 shoes. I made bags plural because I was so excited by how many shoes I am so close to having done. So let me, do I maybe want to flip y'all around perhaps? Let me get everybody all together and then I'll flip it around and show you all my girls so far. We do still have some stuff to do and we're going to do it, but let me flip it around. Ah. So we've got our 4 wedding rings, twinkle twinkle, pretty pretties. She got little flowers. Oh gosh, she's really catching the light today. Pretty girls, and then my little jewelry box shoes. So I've got 8 shoes. 8 shoes. That is a great month's work. And I do stuff here and there, but like 8 finished in the bag, ready to go shoes. Oh, that's amazing. So I did the hard work. I went through my staff. I found my little stones. So we are going to work on that. But first thing is I want to finish the wedding shoes. So I'm going to brush actually, let me set them down and I'll do it all. I'm so excited. I need to remember to do things in the proper order. I'm very excited. Okay, so I've got this pretty girl here who got my little white flowers and some little pearls. And today I put some extra sparkles on her, and I'm going to keep putting some extra sparkles on her. She is beautiful. She is lovely. She is pretty much ready. I might put muses. I was thinking about adding a little bit. I don't mind that it's subtle. I don't mind that it's subtle. So I'm probably going to leave her like that. But I've got my sweetie girl here who's got her appliques. I've got my Gonna be one of those sessions. I've got my sweetie girl here who's got her pretty appliques and pearls, and I added some pearls to her, and I think she's very, very beautiful, very, very lovely. She is basically ready to go, but she needs a stone there. Got my little stones. My glue gun is hot, so I'm gonna give her. She got a regular, not AB. So this is what the AB looks like with the rainbow. This is what the non-AB looks like. Both are pretty, just slightly different vibes. Nothing wrong with a vibe. So she needs a plain white, which I've got here. That's the only thing she needs. And I will tell y'all, I'm going to put these girls in their bags, but I'm not going to ribbon them all because they do still technically need the year. I wait because bridal shoes are one of those shoe designs where somebody's like, oh my God, my neighbor's son-in-law's cousin's dog walker is getting married. Can you help me out? And I like to help people out. So, but she has got her little jewel on her join and she is ready. So I'm going to set her aside. And then this girl also needs a little jewel on her join. And I'm going to give her an AB stone. I had a thought and I'm going to set some stones aside for my thought so that I don't want to use those prematurely. All right. So I've got a little AB stone and that's going to go right here. Just to kind of cover up that little spot where the trim meets the trim. It's just nice to be thorough. So rainy out. I hope everybody's okay. I hope everybody Jazz Festin is okay. All right. She is done. She is done except for the year, and the year is what we do last. And she actually, I noticed a spot where her trim wasn't sitting exactly the way I wanted it to. So I'm just going to shift that a smidge while I've got the glue gun hot and while I'm doing the thing. But then she's perfect. Perfect is a big word, but now she's perfect. Perfect. Okay, set her down. So she is going to need an AB also, but I was doing a thing with the ABs. Let me finish. Oh, she needs one more white. Sorry, y'all. So as always, extremely organized and on top of things. Fanny was in here and then she wandered off. Okay. Just one little dot, one little rhinestone, just a little period at the end of that sentence. So what I thought I wanted to do to her was I thought I'd grab some of the little white sequin flowers that we currently have for sale at the glitter store. And that's very pretty. But then I was like, what if I put an applique and layered it? And I'm obsessed. That's like two of my favorite things on one shoe because y'all were with me last session when I went deeply into the rabbit hole that was gluing appliques onto wedding shoes. So I'm going to trim this wedding applique. And then I'm going to layer a little sequin flower on top of it, give it some three-dimensionality. It's kind of like we had these elaborate 3D floral appliques at the glitter store for a while that were really, really cute and really, really fabulous. And it's a little harder to get them, so we're going to try to do our best to restock those. But a lot of things at the glitter store are kind of sort of boutique style. We get them when we get them, and there's no real guarantee for when we are going to get or are not going to get them again. Let me line up my applique. So what I'm going to do first is glue this applique down, and then I'm going to layer the sequins on top of it. And it's going to be so cute and so fancy and so elegant and sophisticated that we're all just going to go, oh, ah. That's the plan. Let's all go, ah. Okay. Ooh. So I'm attaching the applique to the shoe. She looks great. And I need a little bit more. Where did I put my bits and my bobs? That looks really pretty. So beautiful. I'm very excited. All right, a little more applique here, just doing some more little bits of lace that I'm gluing into places. And then this up here, yeah. Because as y'all know, I like to do kind of a big piece on the front and a slightly smaller piece on the bottom. So I'm cutting apart lace and kind of making myself a little applique to work with. I know it's hard to see the white on the white, but I put a little applique there and a little applique there. Gonna be so pretty. And then let me put this on there. So I'm making the applique more three-dimensional. I glued the kind of leafy the leafy part piece first, and then the little blossom. And now I'm going to put my little sequin flower on top of it. And the layering is going to make a really pretty kind of multimedia effect. Oh, I love that. And then I'm going to do the same thing up here. She's really pretty. And then I have these little white magnolias in my stash that are so cute, tiny, tiny. And so I'm going to put some of these in as well because I think it makes it exciting to have layered things that all kind of feel like a similar vibe, but slightly different. That creates visual interest. And I love that. So we're clustering a couple of these little jeweled flowers around the big one. And it's going to be a very beautiful bridal shoe for somebody on the route. That's pretty. I like that. I'll show y'all in a sec. I know it's aggravating to not see what I'm doing while I'm doing it, but I've got my overhead. It's just YouTube won't let me switch between overhead and regular shot during. So we kind of got to work with what we got. The little flowers are very pretty on that. Very festive, very celebratory and bridal. Pretty pretties. Pretty pretties. Very pleased with that. I might, I'm trying to decide if I want some applique roses up there, but that would require me to find my appliques, which if y'all will recall, I had a piece of trim and I was cutting them off, but it's fine. So I liked that so much, I decided I was going to go ahead and do the same thing on this one. So I've got some more. These come in a 5 pack. It's a 5 pack for $12, which is not nothing, but for your shoes. Put two shoes together there. Very pretty. Love that. Look how fancy that is. Don't mind the hot glue. Look how fancy it is with the applique and then the little sequin flowers on top. Oh, I love it. Yes, 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 yes. So pretty. That's like one of my favorite things I've done. Like the appliques with the blossoms on top and the wedding band. And oh, so beautiful. Such a thing of beauty. I'm very excited. Very excited about that. And I think let's see. What I'm going to do is kind of snip this little piece that I took off of this piece because we use every little piece. And I'm going to, yeah, make a little bit of extra applique here. Yes, beautiful. I kind of feel fancy. I kind of feel like I might want to put some extra pearls on her. I'm going to think about it. But my desire to bag her is pretty intense, so I'll probably bag her. But anyway, look at her with her sequin flowers and her appliques, and she's just so beautiful. I'm going to take the webs off. All right, she's got her little jewel. She's good. And then she needs her little jewel. Got some more round pearls, but not handy. But eventually you kind of need to call it and be like, that's probably enough. Because otherwise you will go on and on and on forever and ever. And then you won't have any shoes to throw because you'll just be playing with your stuff. And it is fun to play with your stuff, but the most important thing is to be able to give them to people and send them to their homes. Beautiful. Pleased as punch with her. Okay, so she needs her. I had a vision for doing some like on who's going to get that? I think her, my fancy girl, I was going to do some jewels along the side of the band to make her extra fancy. See how I feel about that? Oh, it's very fancy. But I want to make sure I use those stones before I accidentally allocate them elsewhere. All right. That's there. And then the medium size. Pretty. Oh, I like that a lot. I wish I had dug through my stash and found more stones to do this on more of the girls. But it's fun that I did it on this one. Isn't that pretty? All right. And then same thing on the other side. Let me match it up. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So any of these are up for grabs. Man, that rain. I hope everyone at Jazz Fest is okay. I hope Locals Thursday isn't too damp. Mm. Ooh, I do like that. I'm going to bear in mind the next time I do a big batch of 8 rings. I like the way the stones on the side look. Man, I like that. Oh, I don't really want to dive back in the stash, but I like that a lot. We might have to. No, we'll just have that one. That one will be special because she's got little jewels on the side. She's just special. You know, some of them are going to be special. I'll put one jewel on each side of her. Very pretty. Very pretty. And I can always change my mind later if I'm lying awake at night, longing for all the little decisions that would make my life more difficult to come to fruition. I can always come back. All right. I added a little jewel on either side of her. Very pretty, some baguettes, but she still needs one back there, and she is the iridescent AB. So she's getting one iridescent AB. I don't know if y'all can see, I have a little tray where I went through and sorted out all the stones that I think I need for her. Beautiful, beautiful girl. She's going to make somebody very happy. The wedding shoes, especially, I just know are going to make someone happy because I know I'm going to pick out the exact sign and they're going to go home to the right homes. So she does not need a jewel on the back because she's a platform. So she's done. She needs an AB stone on the back. What do I have? AB stone. And then last one, she needs an AB stone on the back. Beautiful. All righty. Okie dokie. So I've got a couple little extra stones because I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to need. But that is great and exciting. I'm going to, you guys are pretty. I found some even tinier little white stones. Maybe on you? Maybe on this girl? Oh, that's fun. That's fun. I might add some more. The thing is, though, with shoes like this, I can keep bejeweling them until the cows come home. I can keep, oh my gosh, yeah. I can add little rhinestones and then rhinestones on top of the rhinestones. I was talking about this with Karen, my LBV friend, who she does beautiful work, so I know she gets it. That feeling of like wanting to continue embellishing forever and ever. Those are pretty. A little extra embellishment never hurt anyone, but it's also very reasonable to tell yourself to cool it. Because, you can go forever and ever. Let me reposition a few of these and then I'll move on to bagging because I said I was going to bag and I'm going to. I'm just going to cluster a few little rhinestone blossoms with my big silk blossoms just to make it extra fancy. 'Cause if any shoe can be extra fancy, it's a wedding shoe. I believe everything in your stash will eventually find the perfect home. But then again, that's why my craft room is disorganized and full of stuff. Alrighty. Just adding a few more rhinestones. Those will be my last words on my deathbed. I'll be like, I'm just adding a few more rhinestones. Pretty. Pretty, pretty. All right. Loving that. Just add a few more little sparkles. You might not be able to see. Okay, so everybody has got their finishing touches. Everyone needs a good brushing. We're going to unplug the glue gun because we're done with the glue gun. We're going to put it where it's not going to accidentally get us. We're going to brush. It's really pretty. The applique with the sequin flower. Mm, mm. Brushed. And brushing also kind of helps us find the webs that we want to take off. We don't want webs. And my heat gun is unfortunately still at the glitter store, so I can't do my little trick where I give it a little whisper with the heat gun, and that takes the little wispies off. Just shining up my little diamond. So she's maximum sparkle. Ooh, pretty. So I know it does add to the cost of the throw if you replace those stones, but I do think it makes the ring a real focal point. Makes it really pop. So I am brushing any loose glitter off. I'm cleaning up my glittering. You okay, bud? You sure? All right. I gave it a pretty good brushing before I put them together, but brushing off the lettering so it's nice and clean. All right. They look wonderful. I'm so pleased. I am really enjoying the shoe marathon, and this, I think, has been a particularly successful month in terms of keeping me rolling. Do I have? But it has kept me rolling, and I am really glad that I'm doing it. Pretty. Isn't that beautiful? Whew. All right. Brushing the letters, brushing all the loose glitter, getting all the little webs off, every little web. And normally I do the sunshine check, but I cannot do the sunshine check today because it is super rainy. Maybe we'll temp bag these. It's probably not a bad idea for us to temp bag them so that we can still make changes if we are moved. And I will still need to put the years on these pretty girls. So they are so, so, so pretty. Oh, my beautiful girls. Okay, I think probably it makes sense to temp bag them. And I'll show y'all what I mean by that. Any little webs? No little webs. All good. Okay. So my regular bags are the nice thick bag. That good crinkle because it's thick. I will put the Tiffany, the wedding box. I will permanent bag and I will temp bag the other girl. Put these in a bag. So at Craft Culture, we sell these nice heavy gift bags. Beautiful. These nice heavy gift bags, and that's what I actually throw my throws in. But we also have these 100 packs of thinner bags. It's a similar size. I think it's maybe the exact same size, but maybe not. But close to the same size as this, but the bag is much thinner. And so I like to use those for temporary storage. If I put my shoe in there, I know they're not going to get dusty or get any paint splattered on them, or like, my cat's not going to mess with them. She's pretty good. She doesn't really mess with stuff. But still, the temp bag is just a little bit of extra insurance. Okay. So I do not have any curling ribbon that works for this, but I have this pretty light blue ribbon. So I'm going to use what I got. Oh, I love to bag them. Because once they're bagged, then you've done it. It's like tucking your kids in at night. They are all set. Thank you all for tolerating my chaos. I know it's chaotic. I'm so excited. That pretty girl and her, I have some white tulle, and I usually use this white tulle to make lettuce, and I use it as like tablecloth. I use it for all sorts of things, but I was thinking this pretty white tulle would be great to tie my bow because it looks sort of twinkly diamondy. So, very excited for that. Let me do that. So, normally I'm very loyal to the curling ribbon because it's very, I think that's very festive. I'm a child of the 80s in that way. But it's fun to try different things. Some big scissors. Let me throw some big scissors on the ground accidentally. Isn't she cute? With her little sparkly tulle? Very cute, and I'm very excited about that. All right. So I'm gonna do her in tulle as well. And this time I'm gonna double it. See how I feel about the tulle doubled. Mhm. But yeah, I really do enjoy the tulle. That's really a fun way to put a bow. And that's what I need. I need one more thing to collect. Though weirdly, my curling ribbon collection is finally depleted enough to where I maybe should buy some new curling ribbon. And I feel like my curling ribbon collection is insane. I always seem to be adding to it, and somehow I never deplete it. But last season, I was like, oh, I actually am a little bit low on my curling ribbon. I actually do need to get some more curling ribbon. So I'm gonna. But I do, in the meantime, enjoy making use of some other things in my stash. And necessity is the mother of invention. Let me shape this bow a little bit and then I'll show it to you guys. The tulle needs a little bit more, I would say, manhandling than my curling ribbon does. But it's fun. All right, let me trim these a little shorter so that the bow isn't like hogging the spotlight too much. Pretty gift. It looks like it came from a real fancy Southern lady boutique. Pretty girl. All right, last girl. Getting some teal ribbon. I still have a fair amount of this. That's cool. Do I want to try doubling her up and seeing how I feel about that? Do I want to try tripling her up? She won't curl like my regular curling ribbon, but it might be fun. We'll try it. Why not? Why not try things? Why not try some things? Good when stuff isn't too uniform when you mix it up with that. Just playing with different options. I think I like it like this. Mm, But I think I am going to shift that a little bit. Yeah. Just flip it around. That's cute. She's got some pretty teal ribbons to go with her pretty teal sparkle. So those are my finished bag girl. Ready for the ride. 1, 2, 3, 4 girls ready for the ride. Now, these pretty girls, I'm going to temp bag. So let me show y'all what that looks like. One, two. Okay. So the much thinner bags, I mean, not much thinner, but the thinner bags, these are nice temporary storage. And I'm not going to throw in these bags, though some people do, and that's fine. You do you. And now she's safe and sealed until I am ready to final bag. And there are many reasons for doing this. I have to add the year to these, but I like to keep them a little loosey-goosey just in case. Just in case there's a shoe emergency, which is a very valid, very real thing to happen. And if I decide that I want to put more embellishment on anybody, I can. So if she's looking at me, just winking at me through her bag, I can pop her out of the temp bag and I don't have to like undo ribbon or deal with that. And I was talking a couple sessions ago about how I would like to pair some other things, kind of put some related materials in and kind of throw a whole kind of collected gift. What I'm really leaning towards is doing a strand of glass beads that coordinates with each of the shoes. So it'd be pretty to do like some white kind of weddingy with some like white flowers and some pearls and stuff. But I'm really into the glass beads. And I think it would be a cool thing to pair the glass beads with a shoe and have the little pouch be with the shoe. So I could tie that onto the bag, but it would be fun to put it in the bag. So these 4 girls, they're just going into temp bags just for now, just to give me the flexibility to finish them the way I want them without having to pop ribbons off. But okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me show you all my April girls. Look at me. I'm the proudest shoe mama on the whole internet. Look at my girls. This was an extremely productive, beautiful, exciting April. And I'm so, every single one of these is going to make someone very, very happy. And that feels, I don't have the word for how good that feels. She got her little blue ribbon. These 2 girls got some fancy tulle ribbons. They look super fun. And then this girl got some pretty little ringlets. She's a little fancy little ringlet girl. Oh, my heart is very full and I get to fill my thermometer. I've been saying it over and over. I do still need to do a couple of shrimps and then I can bring the thermometer all the way to 18 because let's do it. I have 3 king cakes, 1, 2, 3. And then I did 2 wave velvets with the powder blue ruffle chiffon floral embellishment. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I did 4 slices of pizza. So 9. And then I did my cheeseburger hamburger. And then I have 2 po' boys. Though one of them is on display at the shop, but it's not like a permanent display. Oh my gosh. And then I did 8. Is my math right on that? Am I up to 20? Guys, I think I'm up to oh my gosh. Wait, let me do that one more time. So 1, 2, 3 king cakes. Wave velvet, 5. Cheeseburger, po' boy. Pizza, 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 pizza. Tiffany, 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 Tiffany. Wedding, 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 wedding. Guys, I have got 20 shoes, dude. I've got I've got 20 shoes done and it's April. Oh gosh, I that feels I don't do drugs. Hugs not drugs, but that I guys, I've got 20 shoes done and it's April. That is a third of the way to 60 shoes. That is that's very exciting. I know that if you're watching me and you're like she's losing her mind over having 20 shoes done. That's really I already feel that is so relaxing. That feels pretty big to me. That feels pretty amazing. Oh my gosh. I kind of wasn't paying attention because I was like, "Oh, I can't fill in. I don't want to fill in until the I did 3. I'm doing it one more time. I did 3 king cakes. I did 2 powder blues. 5. I did 4 slices of pizza. I did the hamburger. I did 2 po' boys. I'm getting excited. My words are getting caught up. And then I did 4 jewelry boxes and 4 wedding shoes. I have got 20 shoes ready for 2027. That's it I got to be honest guys, that feels even better than I thought it was going to. That is amazing. Um I will wrap this up so that you don't have to just watch me freak out over. That's really cool. Gosh, that gives me a lot of breathing room. That gives me a lot of space to breathe. I can maybe do some fun stuff. I can maybe think about some shoes that I want to like donate and some shoes that I want to what's the word? Virtual toss and stuff. Very cool. So, we're ending this on an unexpectedly euphoric note. I thought it was I don't know why 20 feels bigger to me than 18. I sort of thought it was 18. I thought I was at around like 9 or 10 and I was going to add my 8 and it would be 18. For some reason 20 feels big. 20 feels wow. Um that feels great. That feels amazing. That's two-thirds of the way to 30. If you had been following along with me, if you had started in March and done everything I did, you would be two-thirds of the way to your shoes. You would be just a couple months away from having your 30 shoes done. Ooh, okay. So thank you all so much for joining me. I'm going to show my babies one more time before I pack them up in their box, awaiting their destiny out on the route. Ah, 8 shoes is a big push. So, April, there were a lot of sessions where I was like, oh, we're still working on the ring shoes. What are we working on? The ring shoes. But these girls had to get primed and we had to make the rings and we did a lot of extra embellishment. And still, we got through 8 very fancy shoes in just this 1 month without stressing too bad about anything. So I'm feeling amazing about this. I'm feeling slightly aggravated with myself that I haven't done a shoe marathon like this before now. I've been riding since 2016. Oh, this will be that means well, I have to count it because I've taken some years off. It won't be my 10th ride, but yeah, like 10 years. 10 years of riding, 15 years of making shoes. Do the math and see if you can figure out what kind of lunatic I am. But I am feeling really great about that. That feels extremely validating. That feels extremely productive and I'm feeling wonderful about that. So I hope everybody is feeling if you are feeling half as wonderful as I am on this lovely rainy Thursday evening, then you're feeling pretty good. Thank you all for joining me. People kind of participating, commenting and being engaged really helps keep me motivated and keeps me accountable, keeps me honest. So I am so grateful to everybody who has been showing the support. I am super duper grateful for my Patreon supporters. That is amazing. That is really meaningful to me, and I really appreciate it. And I think I'm going to do next month. I'm going to do something special for my Patreon people. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you all so much. Have a great night. I hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone's staying dry. I will see you guys. I will see you guys in May. That does diminish. I'm doing amazing, but now I remember that I do have to figure out what I'm doing in May. But I have lots of breathing room. I feel great. So May is going to be May. Let's do something fun in May. Let's do something a little bit. Let's do something a little bit indulgent in May. Let's do something a little bit silly, a little bit, let's enjoy the breathing room that we've created by getting this nice head start on our shoes and do some wacky stuff. I think that's going to be the spirit of May for me. Let's enjoy it a little. So, join me, I'll be back in May and I will see you guys very